So me and the man, we were talking about the viral video when the guy from whatever state, I don't know if it was Georgia or someplace, I don't know if it was, I cannot remember where this kid was from, but it was someplace where they like to, I don't know what, demean black people or have nasty things to say about black people or use the N-word or use the boy word or whatever. It was one of them places where if a white guy gets mad at a black guy and if the truth comes out, if this guy's a cracker or a redneck, I don't want to say hillbilly. Hillbillies are usually a little bit more mellow, but, you know, it's news to me. I didn't understand this, but in some smaller, rural situations, some of the white guys might say to a black guy, hey, homie, get out of the car. So there's this video, a viral video that shows this rather intimidating white kid getting out of his vehicle in his work shirt after a road rage incident, telling this black guy to get out of the vehicle. And the black guy didn't want to get out of the vehicle. So the white guy was trying to coax him out with a lot of nasty pejoratives and expletives. Well, the man told me, he said, dog, that kid really wasn't that racist. He's just trying to whip himself up a little bit because, you know, as a man, I can tell you, as a white man, and I said to the man, I said, I know you're a white man, the man. I mean, it's obvious, the whole thing, you know. But he said, well, just pointing out that, you know, from the perspective of a white man, among the white people, there's this thing where white people see black people a little bit bigger, a little bit tougher, a little bit nastier, a little bit more athletic than they really are. Like if you saw like a plain old janitor walking down a kind of a dimly lit hallway as a white person, as you're walking up and walking past this black guy, even though it might be like a 65-year-old kind of stooped over janitor, in your white mind, you're seeing Muhammad Ali. You're seeing Mike Tyson. You're wondering if you're going to get jumped by this specimen, by this Adonis. That's one reason. I don't want to say this, you know, the man, as a dog, I'm saying the man said very carefully, the man said, you know, that's why I want to say very tactfully, that's why so many black people get shot by the cops, because the white cops, they're seeing the black person, he might be a 13-year-old kid with a BB gun, somehow they see a big, nasty, vicious gangbanger. They see a little bit bigger, a little stronger, a little bit more imposing, a little bit more threatening than what's really there. It's a white thing. Now, the reason I know this, I'm the man, so believe me, I'm a white man in a white world. I know when I'm speaking, but see, I have the oxygen deprivation, so this doesn't really affect me. So when I see my white friends and my white buddies having, you know, I don't know if you call it Blackitis or Whiteitis, whatever, where the white person sees the black person as a big NFL linebacker, big muscle-bound, imposing specimen of a man, when he's really just maybe a normal man. So the white people, they work themselves up. They get a little bit intimidated. So to counterbalance the intimidation that they're feeling, they get a little bit of racist going, a little bit of a pejorative, a little expletive. They get a little, you know, hey, homie, would you get out the car, homie? They start shuffling around a little bit. They're trying to work themselves up, you know, get ready, see, because they're petrified they're going to get their ass stomped into a mud hole. They're afraid this guy's going to get out and just rip their ass in half. But, you know, so that's why he was working himself up. He's probably not as racist. He was probably just trying to pump himself up. And as the idiotic, stupid dog, I looked at the man. I said, I don't think that's a valid excuse. I don't even know if that's a real thing, what you're saying. And the man looked at me. He's like, yeah, believe me, with the oxygen deprivation, I don't really suffer from this. So we were playing football one time, and some of my buddies, they were crunching these little black kids. I was like, hey, why are you getting so rough with the little black kid? They said, little black kid, the kid's 18, 19, looks like he's getting ready to go off to Division 1A. I said, what, are you stupid? The kid's a Cub Scout. He's 13 years old. Look at him. And when he finally saw him for real, he's like, oh, my God, I'm tackling a little tiny, little skinny black kid. I thought he was a big guy. I just had that Blackitis thing. I don't know if it's Blackitis or Whiteitis. When I saw it wrong. He's a kid. I don't know what to say. That's something that, you know, as an oxygen deprivation man, I don't suffer. I suffer from a lot of stuff, a lot of, you know, difficulties. But the Blackitis or the Whiteitis, it's nothing. So I see it more clearly. I don't suffer for it, so I see it in my friends. I was like, hey, what's you get so upset about? You know, God, that big guy, the big giant guy. The big giant guy, you mean the old janitor? No, that guy looks like he could play NFL linebacker. Looks like he could be a defensive rush end for the Cleveland Browns over here. No. That's our old janitor. Look, he's bald head. He's got gray hairs. He's stooped over a little bit. Whatever. But the man was saying that kid in that viral video, he probably wasn't nearly that racist. He was just trying to pump himself up so he could get a little bit more, so he didn't have to feel so intimidated inside himself. But whatever. Maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't.